Good afternoon, world. It's 4 o'clock. So I'm looking for my phone. Where's my phone? Can't find my phone. I lose me. Yeah, look at my phone, my other phone. I can't find it. Sorry, guys, I'm looking for something. I can't find my other phone. What the fuck is it? Maybe it's in my jacket. It was here earlier and I can't find it anymore. So weird. It's here somewhere, I'll find it, but I want to show you guys stuff on my phone. Oh, here it is, I found it. I hope you guys enjoyed my show I made yesterday. I talked about the Bible. I talked about my wife's selfishness. How she wants her full cake. Yeah, she's crazy, man. Today I barely had any sleep because she was crying every year me all night long. I ignored her and she gets pissed off about it. She's like, fuck you. She's all mad because I exposed her. No, I haven't exposed you, man. I'm a fucking hypocrite. Yeah, you're a hypocrite, VJ. You want your full cake, but you're not gonna get your full cake. I'm gonna lose this weight and get my girlfriend. If you're mad, it's too bad. Yeah, man. I have my dinner too. I'm eating my appetizer. Yeah. So if you're not interested in a womanizer, no, man, it's not who I am. I'm a good holy man. I'm not interested in banging a bunch of chicks. Not who I am. Me, I prefer to be in a relationship with a girl. One girl. Because I'm a holy good man like Jesus, right? Yeah. Jesus is a symbolism of me. I did many bad things in my life, but compared to you guys, I'm perfect. I lived a perfect life. Especially my adult years, I was a saint. I went to strip clubs, but I never had sex with a woman. I just worked, get food, drink beer, buy movies, watch movies, get food. I never touched one chick. While my wife was in Hollywood, fucking all those men in Hollywood. Yeah. That's the symbols in the Bible, how Jesus was the perfect man. He was holy. Because my wife was a sinner. She sinned against her husband her whole life. She's an evil man. Fucking evil. I've been a holy good saint my whole life. My wife was a cheating whore. Yeah. So Victoria Justice sinned. She was a sinner her whole life. Whereas Ivan was a holy saint. He never touched one chick. High school, I never had a girlfriend. My wife probably started fucking guys when she was like 12, 13. She started banging guys. In her teen years, high school, she probably mailed a lot of guys. Fuck guys. She had prom days. She fucked guys. She's crazy. Because Ivan never touched one chick in his whole life. So I'm a holy comparator. I'm a saint. She's a sinner. Yeah, and she continuously fucks guys in Hollywood. And so when she cries over this, I tell her to shut up, I ignore her. Because I know she's going to keep fucking guys like that. I'm not going to do my that, man. No way. You know what? Yeah, Ivan's not going to let me do my that. I'm not going to do my that. Even while I pay the fee, you're going to keep banging the guys, VJ. I'm not stupid. You're going to keep seeing the guys. Ivan will never know. You're also never going to know either. Yeah, I'm going to mess up when I pay the fee too. Guaranteed. There's no way I'm not going to mess up. I'm not going to do my that. Hey, I'm going to have that thought cross out my mind. Yeah, my wife's stupid. She keeps fucking guys. I might as well be stupid too when I pay the fee. I didn't want for this comment to happen. I don't want to pay the fee. But the world will never let me be with my wife as a virgin. No way. They're going to make me pay. Yeah, man. I'm not interested in having sex with what? All women. You guys are crazy people. You're going to force me to do it. Otherwise, you know I'm never going to do it, right? Yeah, Ivan's never going to have sex with us. We have to force him to do it. Otherwise, he's never going to do it. You know that. That's why you force me to pay. My stepmother's going to force me to have sex with her too. Otherwise, she knows I'll never do it. So she forces me to do it. You have to have sex with me, Ivan, to see your wife. She wants me to have sex with her too, but she's fucking crazy. Yeah, man. And my wife's also infected, so for her to see that, I have to die to save her. Once you touch her, it's too late. Now I have to save her, and once I pay the fee, I'm peace about how you're left behind, you're not saved. You deserve. I'm not doing that, Samsara. Yeah. You think your wife will give you hell when you have her girlfriend? Of course she will, but I'm gonna ignore her. She'll be yelling at me, fuck you, Ivan, I fucking hate you. Yeah, I think early this morning I heard her saying, I hate you, Ivan. I think because I made that video and I exposed her, yeah. You know, Ivan said he's gonna mess up when he pays the fee, because her hope is hopefully when Ivan pays the fee, he just does his business and he goes to his hotel room, he gets spirit and smokes. He watches YouTube and he stays faithful for me because she's crazy. Well, I'm gonna keep fucking on his eyes until he says he's never gonna know. I'm not gonna let my wife do that, and I will mess up. Guarantee. They're a catty woman. There's no way I'm not gonna mess up. I'm now addicted to sex like her. I'm guaranteed gonna mess up pretty bad too. Not as bad as her, but I'm gonna mess up pretty bad too, man. But not as bad as her. I'm not as stupid as her. Sarah? Yeah. And I will mess up with my girlfriend. I'm gonna end up loving my girlfriend. Have movie nights with my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Hang around with her. Yeah. Just like she had movie nights with Pearson Foy and all that stuff. And Reeve Carney, right? She had boyfriends. I'm gonna have those moments with my girlfriend. And if my wife gives me hell, I'm gonna ignore her. Because I know, VJ, you want your full cake. You're fucking selfish, man. You're a crazy woman. Get that through your head. Stop being selfish. Stop being a selfish woman, VJ. Your whole life you sinned against me. Well, I say faithful. Now when I get one girlfriend, you're going to give me hell for it because you're fucking crazy, man. You want your full cake, but you're not going to get your full cake. The karma's coming your way, too, when I get my girlfriend. Samsara. And she'll be sad, and she might cry about it. And her sister's like, VJ wasn't wrong. And VJ knows her husband has a girlfriend. She's pissed off about him. Like, this girl's fucking crazy, man. You're pissed off about after what you did to me behind my back in Hollywood. You're fucking crazy. Crazy woman. Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm selfish. I don't want one chick to touch you, but I'm gonna let all these guys fuck the shit out of me in Hollywood. You're never gonna know because she's crazy. Yeah, that's why I ignore her. That's why earlier today when I was sleeping, she's like, I hate you so much. She was like swearing at me. She was pissed off because I was ignoring her and I exposed her in my video. Yeah. Why she's telling you, Ivan? Because I exposed her. I always expose her in the videos. My wife, Victoria Justice, is a cheating whore. She just fucks guys. Every day she fucks guys. Every week she fucks guys. She has guys she flings with. She has guys who she loves in Hollywood. She sees them. That's why when she cries every tears me and says she loves me so much, I know she's texting those guys behind my back and telling them she loves them too. Behind my back, and she's going to the house and fucking them. She's fucking evil. Yeah, that's why I ignore her. Because she's a crazy woman, Sarah. Ivan, when you get your girlfriend, you lose the weight, man, your wife is a bit angry. Ignore her. She's sinned against you her whole life. She's not worthy of angry you. She's a fucking hypocrite. She knows it. If she gets angry at me and starts, I'm like, VJ, shut the fuck up. You're not worthy of angry at me. You're a cheating fucking whore. Leave me the fuck alone. Let me sleep. And she's like, fuck you. I'm like, yeah, you too, you fucking selfish bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna tell her that. I give her a taste for her own medicine because she's a cheating whore. Like, it's not like VJ has been cheating on me for maybe a couple years. No, like, since she was, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 years old, she's been fucking guys. So you're looking at, I don't know, like 16, 17 years of her life, she's been fucking guys. Well, Ivan has been faithful to her for 33 years. She's gonna give him half a day in one chick because she's crazy, man. She's a crazy woman. I'm gonna ignore her. Ignore Ivan. She's a crazy woman. She wants her full cake. Don't fall for VJ's pity game, Ivan. When she cries to you and she yells at you, she's gonna keep seeing the guys in Hollywood behind your back. She's a whore. She likes them. She's not gonna stop seeing them. And if she gets mad if you're seeing a woman, just ignore her, Ivan. She's a crazy woman. And that will really get her. Yeah, Ivan just ignores me because he knows I'm a cheating whore. Yes. I yell at him every night. I'm pissed off. I'm angry. I cry about it. I'm freaking out. But man, I'm a fucking hypocrite, man. I'm a selfish bitch. I'm banging all these guys behind Ivan's back. Yeah, she knows that. That's why I'm gonna ignore her because she's a crazy woman. Ignore her, Ivan. She's a crazy woman. I've been a good holy man for you for 33 years. That's what? What? When I get my girlfriend, you can't give me shit. But she will give me shit, but I'm gonna ignore her. Because she's a crazy woman. She'll cry about it. How can you do this to me? I'm like, this girl's fucking crazy, man. You're like, yeah, I know you're pissed off because I finally let one chick touch me, but you let many men touch you in your life. But you can't be selfish. You're why? I'm like, yeah, you're Ann too. You're also special. It's not just me. You're also special too. It's not just me. I'm not even the main show, obviously, but you're also special too. You're Ann. And so don't play that special bullshit game with me, Samsara. You're also special too. You're Ann. There's a reason why all those men in Hollywood went after you, because you're special. They knew you were my wife, you're special. That's why they all went after you, to cause mess in my life. And now I'm dating this chick, and if you're mad, that's too bad. I'm gonna ignore you because you want your full cake, VJ. You're a crazy woman. You're fucking crazy, yeah. VJ wants her full cake, Ivan. She's crazy, yeah. She's a crazy woman. Samsara? Yeah, I hope I challenge you Christians about the Bible topic. I think the whole thing about Jesus never doing a bad thing in his life is bullshit. There's no way as a human being he never did a bad deed. There's no way. It's impossible for a human being. Even if God takes on flesh, he will do bad deeds. It's part of human nature to do bad deeds. Yeah, but Ivan, he was sinless. Yeah, Christians take Jesus being sinless has to do with his deeds. It's talking about his nature. His nature is sinless. Yeah. His nature is pure and holy and uncorrupt. But it doesn't mean if he takes on flesh, he can't do a bad deed, right? Yeah. Why did he sin there? Well, if Jesus did a bad deed, and it affected him and he prays heavy for even tears as the Father cries out, he didn't sin because he's constantly in communion with the Father when he does a bad deed. And the Father looks at that as perfect. Yeah, he's living a perfect life. That's why I see it. But Christians are crazy. They think if Jesus doing one bad deed, he cut off his relationship with the Father and all that stuff. In the Old Testament, when he's God, he's also sinless, without blemish, right? As God, when he did not take on human flesh, sinless, obviously, right? Pure and holy. He murdered children and wiped out nations in the Old Testament. So it's a refutation. The Christians are being inconsistent with their arguments. I'm saying, like that guy who commented on my channel. If Jesus messed up and did bad deeds, how can he be the Lamb without blemish? I'm like, well, first of all, the Lamb without blemish is talking about his nature, not talking about his deeds. You interpret it to mean deeds, but it's talking about his nature. The Lamb without blemish, there's no sin in his DNA. It's holy and pure. And that's why he's able to take on the sins of the world. And he also lived a perfect life. Because he has a sinless nature, he lived a good, holy life. But it doesn't mean he didn't do any bad deeds. He never touched a woman. He obviously swore. He obviously lied. He obviously jacked off. But he was in constant communion with the Father and with he made cries and prayer. And the Father looks at that as a good man. A righteous man, yeah. But it's really about his nature. It's not about the deeds. Deeds has a part to play, but it's about his deeds when it says Christ is righteous, his sinless nature. I'm not talking about his deeds. I'm talking about his nature. Samsara? Talking about his nature. That's what it's talking about, yeah. Yeah, like when the demons saw Jesus, obviously Jesus, when he became flesh, he looked like an ordinary Jew. But what the demons, because they're spiritual beings, they can see through the veil, right? The veil, and they saw when they looked at Jesus, they saw his divine nature of the Father. He's the Son of God. That's why they say you are the Holy One of God. But most Christians interpret the demons when they say the Holy One of God, they mean he's living a good life with his deeds. No, they see the holy DNA of the Father. That's why they said the Holy One of God. The Holy One, nature's holy of God, of the Father. The Holy One that comes from the Father, right? The holy DNA of the Father. Yeah, the Holy One of God. They see the pure righteousness in his DNA, the Son, right? The divine and holy nature of the Son. Supposedly, right? Yeah. That's why I see it. No, when I said the Holy One of God, they meant he's living a good life, his deeds. No, man, it's his nature. They saw the divine and holy nature of the Son. Pure and uncorrupt. Yeah. Because demons, because they're spiritual beings, they can see. The reason why they knew Jesus was God, because they can sense his presence. Whereas the human beings can't sense his presence, but the demons can, because the demons are spiritual beings. And so they can see the veiling, obviously, of Jesus taking on flesh. The human being saw Jesus, he was an ordinary Jew, supposedly, right? But the demons can see what through the veil. They can see through the flesh, and when they see through the flesh, they see the Holy Son of God. The divine nature of the Holy Son of God from the Father. That's what they said. You are the Holy One of God. I'm not talking about deeds, talking about his nature. Yeah. Sarah? And you guys better enjoy these videos watching. I told you, once I find out how wicked you are, I'm piecing the fuck out with my way after this, man. I'm not your Dumatans, Sarah. Well, I know you guys are going to try me sharing that, but once the evil hits me, I found out you were that wicked, man. I'm piecing the fuck out with my wife, man. Your wife. I'm not doing that, man. No, I'm not making use of my salvation. I'm piecing out. Because my trends are much better than my salvation channel. I'm going to forget about the channel, guys, while I'm king. Why is me some Sarah? I'm going to forget about it. Yeah. Yo, Ivan, once we see you trending with your wife, that's much better than your Sabbath Reels. Yes, it is. It's better than my Sabbath Reels. Hence why I'm going to forget about my channel. I'm not living the multiple life with my wife. I'm only living a life with her. Yeah. You may be paid. You also pay you. That's how it works. I'm not doing my time, Sarah. Yeah. You turn my wife into a fucking whore. A cheating whore of a sinner, obviously. Yes, you guys set the holding out for the mess that happened, obviously. You're wicked people, obviously. But at the end of the day, my wife was the one who made the choice to be stupid and see those men fuck up in Hollywood. She was stupid, obviously. And then you turned her into this whore of a woman who's blind. She's so blind by her sin that there's a reason why she keeps fucking guys every week. She doesn't care because she knows I can get away with it. Ivan will never know. And after sitting against her husband, if I date one chick, she'll give me hell for it because she's blinded by everything. She's a crazy woman. She's a psychotic, crazy woman, yeah. You sin against me every week, fucking all these guys, taking off your clothes and banging all these guys when you know you have a faithful husband. And at nighttime, you cry heavy tears of my life saying you love me, man. Because yo, Ivan, I'm a crazy bitch. I love you a lot. I want to be with you, but man, I like these guys. I'm gonna keep fucking them on your back. You're never gonna know, Ivan. Okay, when I get my girlfriend, don't you dare get me out for it. You're a fucking hypocrite, man. If you're angry and you're crying and you're freaking out, I'm gonna ignore you. Because I know as you're angry and crying, you're gonna keep seeing them at my back and fuck them. I'm not stupid. I'm not seeing anyone, Ivan. Like, VJ, cut your bullshit. You're seeing the man. I'm not fucking stupid. You think I'm stupid? You're seeing the man, man. I'm not an idiot, man. You're fucking the guys in the hall behind my back. You think I'm stupid? Yeah, I'm not gonna do with that, VJ. You're not gonna get your fucking full cake, VJ. You're gonna what? The karma's coming your way too, man, because you're fucking evil. She pisses me off, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, if you taught this in the church, they would kick you out. Yeah. Guys like Sam Shaboon, Anthony Rogers, David Wood, James White, all these guys, right? They would kick me out and call me a heretic. Perry Stone, all those guys, Ivan, you're a heretic. You actually teach Jesus did a bad deed. So you believe Jesus sinned. I don't believe Jesus sinned. He did a bad deed, but he didn't sin. Because there was no sin in him. Yeah, there's context, obviously, right? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but if Jesus did a bad deed, he would have sinned. And if he sinned, how can he be the sacrifice for the world? Yeah, but in the Old Testament, as God, he was also sinless, no sin in him, and he killed people. And yet he didn't sin. So it's like, that refutes your argument. If Jesus is God, who did not take on human flesh, who did not have human limitations and weaknesses, could murder people when he put in the Ten Commandments, the law of Moses, thou shalt not murder, did he break his own law? Did the Trinity sin there? Did God sin there? And most Christians will say, no, he didn't. God didn't sin. He's a righteous judge. There's context. Yes, you always have to look at the context. Yeah. Even though Jesus did a bad deed, because he's righteous, he was in constant prayer and communication with the Father with Christ. Therefore, he didn't sin. Because he was in constant communication. He was a perfect man, but it doesn't mean he didn't do a bad deed, right? That's why I see it. Because I believe that passage when it says Jesus offered in the days of his flesh, he offered up vehement cries, praise and supplication. I think it's talking about something else. Not talking about what we see in the Gospels. The Gospels nowhere did Jesus. It says just Jesus prayed, but nowhere you see it say Jesus offered vehement cries to the Father. You won't find New Testament, with the exception of the Garden of Gethsemane. So I think it's talking about another time in Jesus' life, as I showed you, right? Yeah. I believe the bad deeds Jesus did that were not recorded in the Gospels. As in the Gospel says there's many deeds and miracles Jesus did that are not recorded in this book. That's only a glimpse of Jesus' life that you got in the Gospel, supposedly, right? Yeah. And I believe the bad deeds were taken out. Because the apostles wanted to focus on the good things Jesus did. But it didn't mean he didn't do any bad deeds, right? As God, in the Old Testament, as the angel of the Lord, he killed people, man. When he was still sinless, right? He had his sinless nature as God. He was without blemish, right? And he murdered people. So did Jesus sin? Yeah, Ivan, you got me. You just threw your argument. Yeah, you threw your argument. I throw the argument right back at you. I'm a genius. I learned that from Sam Shaboon. Yeah. Samsara? I learned it from Sam Shaboon. Oh, I work against more identities. I'm off Thursday, and the boss wants me to work Saturday. I have to work Saturday because Anthony's not working. I don't want to work Saturday, man. Saturday I'm alone and it's fucking busy. You know. Yeah. Sounds good, Ivan. You should do apologetics, man. You're gifted. Yeah, I learned it from you, man. I learned apologetics from Sam and David Wood. I watched all of David Wood's debates he did like back in the day. I saw all the debates. All of Sam Shaboon's debates, I saw most of them. Yeah, most of them I saw too. And I used to watch Jesus or Muhammad back in the day, APN. Remember all you guys who watch the show? Remember Sam Shaboon, David Wood, Pastor Joseph, and Jesus or Muhammad? Remember that, guys? I used to watch like all the shows, man. Remember the marathon? I saw all the marathon videos. Yeah. I used to get food. I saw all the debates. I remember I used to get like pizza and all that stuff. I'd watch like David Wood debates, Sam Shaboon debates. I saw Anthony Rogers debates too. His first debate against Shadid Lewis. Shadid Lewis is also an amazing mully. He's a good Muslim debater too. He's good, man. He gave Anthony Rogers a run for his money in his first debate. Moderate debate, right? That was a good debate. The one he did like 12 years ago, 2013, yeah. He gave Anthony Rogers a run for his money. That was a good debate. I'm not doing Apologetics One King. I'm going to be movie star with my wife. I don't want to do Apologetics. But Apologetics is fun, though. I had a fun time doing Apologetics back in the day when I wrote on my blog. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah. But maybe I might preach on this one, King. I might rent a venue maybe, and I might rent a venue in Vancouver. I have the docking film, and I preach on it. I do like a 2-3 hour session on it. I challenge the Christians with a supposed. So you don't believe Jesus is holy? No, I believe Jesus is holy, but I don't believe the way. I don't think of it the way you guys think of it. When the Bible says Jesus is holy, it's mainly talking about his nature. His divine nature is pure and uncorrupt, but because he took on flesh, he had the human weaknesses and temptations like we did, which means he did bad deeds. And I quote you that passage. I'll quote it again for you guys. The Hebrews passage, right? Sam knows that verse. Yeah, Ivan, that's a good passage that proves your point. Yeah. That passage, I think, proves Jesus did do bad deeds. I'll read it again. Now, how can Christians, yeah, Ivan, the only way we can answer that passage, we have to tap dance around it. You have to find a way to exaggerate the passage. Yeah, he became perfected, Ivan, but he was a perfect man. I agree, he was a perfect man, but it didn't mean he didn't do any bad deeds. And how can Jesus be perfected if he's already perfect? And how can he learn obedience if he's been obedient his whole life? If he never did one bad deed, why is Paul saying, if he wrote Hebrews, that he learned obedience? And why is he making the qualification, though he was the Son? Even though he was the Son of God who took on human flesh, because he took on human flesh, he learned obedience. But he became perfected. Every time he messed up, he would offer vehement cries and prayers to the Father. He was a holy, good man, and the Father was pleased with his life. It was good enough. It was pleased with his life. Obviously. But the real reason why Jesus is sufficient sacrifice for the world is because he's pure. His nature is pure. It's not his deeds. Yes, he lived the perfect life for everyone else. It was good. The Father was pleased with his life, but it didn't mean he didn't do any bad deeds. I'm sorry. Let me read you the passage again. Okay, let me go to Hebrews 5 again. Let me read New King James. King James, I believe the Bible is preserved in the King James. The Bible was preserved in the King James. I don't agree it's preserved in the Greek. I think it's preserved in the English King James. Because if it's preserved in the Greek, that means only the smart people can understand that, right? That means you need a smart person to tell you what the Bible says, and God will not preserve the Bible that way. No, the Bible is preserved in the King James, I think. I think there's enough evidence to show the Bible is preserved in the King James. It's preserved in the Greek. Yeah, but if it's preserved, most people in the world don't understand Greek, and that means you need a Greek scholar to tell you what the passage says. I think that's a very weird way of God preserving His word. No, He preserved it in the King James, the English language, where most people can understand. Makes more sense, right? That's my opinion, anyways. Obviously, let's go to New King James. Let's read Hebrews 5 again. Okay, let's start from verse 7. Hebrews 5 verse 7. I'll read it again to you guys. Who in the days of his flesh, talking about his life, you read another translation, it says his life, right? So it's not just about the Garden of Gethsemane, right? Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications and vehement cries is intense, passionate cries. Well, why would Jesus offer intense, passionate cries if he didn't do it bad? Why would Jesus cry? I'm asking Christians this question. Why would Jesus cry to the Father if he didn't do a bad deed? If he's obedient his whole life, why would he cry vehement tears to the Father? It's talking about the Garden of Gethsemane. No, but it says here in the days of his flesh, talking about his life. It's not just the Garden of Gethsemane, guys. So I refute that argument. Who in the days of his flesh, when he had offered up prayers and supplications with vehement cries and tears to him, who was able to save him from death, and was heard because of his godly fear. Jesus had a godly fear. How can Jesus have godly fear if he didn't do a bad deed? What is there to fear if he didn't do a bad deed? He had the fear of God. So let's say he jacked off, he had a boner, he thoughts and all stuff. You know what I'm saying? That he would get down on his knees, he would cry out to the Father, he would in tears because his nature, he had this clash between his holy divine nature and his and as flesh. You have this clash of the two natures of Christ, right? I'll keep reading. Yeah. He was heard because of his godly fear. Though he was a son, no other qualification, yet he learned obedience by the things which he suffered. Christ suffered his life, man. Yeah, he did bad deeds. And having been perfected, he became the author of eternal salvation to all who obey him. Let me ask this question. If Jesus was obedient his whole life, how come it says that he learned obedience? How can you learn obedience if you've been obedient your whole life? Because Christians believe Jesus has been obedient his whole life. He never did one bad deed. Well, why is Paul, if he wrote Hebrews, saying yet he learned obedience by the things which he suffered? And having been perfected, how can Christ be perfected if he's already perfect? Answer that for me, guys. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, like, if Christ is already perfect, how come he's saying he became perfected? Yeah, he was a perfect man, I agree. But Christ became the perfect man. By the time the crucifixion happened, he was already perfected. But notice even during the if you read the passage regarding Gethsemane, notice how Jesus had that clash with his human nature and his divine nature. He said the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Obviously, and he even told the Father, if not my will be, let this cup pass from me. His human weaknesses were taking over, but he knew he came down to die for the thing about it, Jesus knew he came down to die for the sins of the world, and in that passage, he had doubts and fear. Let this cup pass me, Father, but not my will, your will be done. Jesus was doubting his mission. Because his flesh was taken. He had his human weaknesses. He had that clash with his divine spirit and his human flesh, his corrupt human flesh. So Sarah? Yeah. Okay. Now let's read John 21. Sam knows this verse, obviously, right? Sam knows every verse in the Bible, man. The guy's a Bible encyclopedia, right? Yeah. Let's go to John 21. I'll read from New King James. John 21. Let's go on New King James. Now let's read verse 25. Samuel's verse, obviously, right? Yeah. Okay, let's start from verse 24. This is his disciple who testifies of these things and wrote these things, and we know that his testimony is true. And there are also many other things that Jesus did, which if they were written one by one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that would be written. Amen. So John just confirmed that there's many things in the Gospels that's not written down. What you see in the Gospel is a glimpse of Jesus' life. Many deeds that he did that are not mentioned, and I believe all the bad deeds he did are not mentioned in the book. Because I think the New Testament author's purpose was to proclaim the good news of Jesus coming to earth. They left out the bad deeds that Jesus did. And I think all the vehement cries and supplication and all stuff, that's stuff that's not recorded in the Gospels. Obviously, Sarah. Obviously. Yeah. Yeah. I have new gods. If we say Jesus, when he took on human flesh, he never did one bad deed, it's heresy. Yeah, in the Old Testament as God, when he's also sinless, without blemish, right? He's doing a bunch of bad. He's murdering people left and right. Yeah. So how do you reconcile that contradiction? Unless you're saying, yeah, even though he did a bad deed in the Old Testament, he didn't sin. Because you have to look at the context. Yeah. Just like even though Jesus did a bad deed in the New Testament, he didn't sin either. Obviously, Sarah. But you have to look at the context. It mainly has to do about his sinless nature. And notice the word sinless. Sinless. You do less bad deeds, right? But he's still the perfect man. That's why I see it, right? Sinless. I thought I should throw that Easter egg in there, right? Yeah. I don't think that's a good argument, but I don't think it's a coincidence that you have the word sinless. Sinless. Jesus doesn't do as much bad deeds compared to everyone else, but he did bad deeds. Yeah. Because Christians believe in this fantasy that Jesus never did one. It's bullshit, man. If he can do bad deeds as God, in the Old Testament, when he did not take on human flesh, guaranteed he'll do bad deeds as a human being if he takes on human flesh, and he has the temptations and the weaknesses of the humans. There's no way. It's impossible. You're really telling me Jesus never lusts after a woman's heart? Come on, bullshit. You can't control that, man. Ivan, he was sinless, man. His thoughts were always holy and pure. Okay. Now I'm going to throw the argument right back at you. In the Old Testament, when God commanded the Israelites and all these people to wipe out the nation and wipe out the children, obviously, Sarah, did God think murderous thoughts towards those children? Yeah, of course he did, obviously. Yeah, whatever was on his mind, he told the Israel what was on his mind. Did Jesus sin there when he had murderous thoughts towards those nations and children in the Old Testament? No, he didn't, Ivan. I got you there, yeah. So if Jesus has lustful thought towards a woman, it doesn't mean he sinned. You take Jesus' holiness to the extreme. There's no way as a human being Jesus did not have lustful thoughts towards a woman. You're crazy. Of course he did. When he saw an attractive woman, you know what I'm saying, he probably had, I thought, yeah, I'd bang that chick. But he didn't do it because he's holy. His nature's holy. He took on human flesh, man. Paul says, we do not have a high priest who cannot sympathize with our weaknesses. We do not have a high priest who cannot sympathize with our weaknesses. Well, how can Jesus sympathize what he went through if he never did a bad deed, man? If Jesus never did one bad deed, then how can he sympathize with our weaknesses? You can't sympathize with someone if you didn't go through what he went through, right? Yeah. Okay. According to Google, what does it mean to sympathize someone? To feel sorry for someone who is in a bad situation, to feel sympathy for someone because you understand that person's problems. I'm quoting you what it says here on Google, right? So Jesus went through what we went through, hence why he can sympathize with us. But he lived the perfect life. Every time he messed up or did a bad deed, you think Jesus messed up bad? No, I don't think he messed up bad, but he did bad deeds, obviously. There's no way he didn't do any bad deeds. But he obviously messed up a little bit. He must have, he jacked off. I think he jacked off. I think he swore. I think he lied. I think he swore. He got angry. He had murderous thoughts towards people. He lusted after the woman in his heart, but he never did it. But he's a holy, pure, good man. And his holiness mainly has to do with his nature. It's not talking about his deeds. It's mainly talking about his nature. But because he has the holy DNA of the Father, he lived the perfect life for everyone else. A good, holy life, but he did bad deeds, man. He messed up a little bit, man, obviously, yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Okay, let's go to Luke 4:34. Ivan, you should teach on this. Yeah, I'm scared if I teach this, the Christians are gonna give me hate, man. Because this is a radical view of Jesus. Obviously, I teach. I don't believe in the bullshit. I never do bad. Yeah, I think that's bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. I don't believe in that. Yeah. Luke 4:34. Okay. You King James? Yeah. 34, right? Okay. Okay. Let's start from verse 33. Now in the synagogue there was a man who had a spirit of an unclean demon, and he cried out with a loud voice, saying, "Let us alone, we have to do with you, Jesus of Nazareth. Did you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." Okay, I'm going to ask you this question. How do the demons know Jesus? How do the demons recognize Jesus? If he's just a Jew, right? He looks like an ordinary Jew. Because the demons are spiritual beings, they can see through the veil. So Jesus of the human beings looks like an ordinary Jew, but the demons, when they look through that Jewish man, they see the divine Son of God. And because they saw his divine Holy Spirit, there's a reason why they said, we know who you are the Holy One of God. When they say Holy One of God, it's not talking about his deeds, it's talking about his nature. Because they sense his presence, obviously, his divine holy presence of the Father, from the Father. You are the Holy One of God. Yeah. And that's how you know Jesus' holiness has to do with his nature. It's not his deeds. The deeds has a part to play, obviously, but it's mainly about his nature. His nature is uncorrupt and pure. Yeah, it's holy. It comes from the Father, the holy gene of the Father. It comes from the Father. Yeah. Ivan, thank you. That makes more sense. When demons said you are the Holy One, they recognize him, you are the Holy One of God. They sense his presence. They sense his holy divine, supposedly the holy divine nature of the Son that comes from the Father. They sensed it. That's why they said, "You are the Holy One of God." They knew he was. This is the Holy Son of God. Yeah, when I said Holy One of God, the demons were talking about his righteous life, Ivan. Nah, man. They sense his presence. That's why they said the Holy One of God. They sense who he is, yeah. His holy divine presence. They sense it. Because the demons are spiritual beings. They can see through the veil. The humans can't see through the veil, but the demons can because they're spiritual beings. They can see through the veil. And when they look through when they look through the unveiling, they saw the Son of God indwelling the flesh, right? They saw the divine Son of God indwelling the flesh. And they saw his holy divine nature. That's why they said, "You are the Holy One of God." Yeah, they knew. They sensed his presence. And that's how you know Jesus' holiness has to do mainly with his nature. But the deeds has a part to play. I agree with that. It does have a part to play, but it's mainly about his nature. It's not it's not his deeds. So you're saying that when it says Christ's righteousness is imputed unto you, you're saying the New Testament writers mean his deeds? No, it's talking about his nature, man. His nature is imputed onto you. That's why when the Father sees you, he sees Christ in you, made alive. No, I was talking about Christ's deeds when his righteousness is imputed onto you. Okay, if it's really talking about Christ's deeds, then how come you? If it's really talking about Christ's deeds, then how come what? How come Christians still sin and do bad deeds? If Christ's righteous deeds are imputed onto you, shouldn't you be doing righteous deeds your whole life? You know, that's a good question. Yeah, it's talking about his nature. Christ's nature is not imputed onto you, and you're sealed with the Holy Spirit because human beings have the sin. Because human beings have the human human temptations and weaknesses, they're still going to do bad deeds. It's not talking about Christ's deeds of righteousness. Apart to play, obviously, it's talking about his nature. His holy, righteous nature is now imputed onto you. That's why when the Father looks at you, he sees Jesus in you, Christ in you, made alive. That's why I see it, Sarah. Yeah. That's why I see it. Sarah? Yeah. I told you, if I taught this in the church, the Christians would kick me out of the church, man. You're a heretic. You take the more radical view of Jesus. You think he actually did bad deeds. I really think Jesus jacked off. Yes, he did, man. He was 10 mile points like we were. There's no way he didn't jack off in his life. Look, you can be a virgin. You can be a virgin. Well, the only one who can be a virgin in the Bible is Jesus, because Jesus is a holy man. But there's no way you're not going to jack off in your life, man. Jesus had hormones. He had temptations. Of course he jacked off, man. He was 10 out points like we are. There's no way he didn't jack off. But he didn't have sex with a woman. So he's still righteous, yeah. And when he did jack off, it affected him, and he would pray heavy tears to the Father. And the Father was like, "Good job, son." He sees the perfect man. Yeah. That's why I see it. Whereas Christians think, no, he never even had a bone. If you're saying Jesus never did a bad deed, that means you're saying he never even thought bad thoughts towards people. If you want to be consistent with your arguments, right? Because thinking bad thoughts towards people, according to you guys, obviously, if you lust out in your heart, you're ready to commit adultery in your heart. You're saying that Jesus thought bad thoughts, he sinned towards the Father, if you want to be consistent. There's no way, as a human being, you can't think bad thoughts. Even God thinks bad thoughts. Jesus, as God, thought many bad thoughts towards those children, right, and the nations. He wiped them out, man. And he was sinless, and he didn't take on flesh, and he's still a holy God. Why are you being inconsistent with your arguments when he takes on flesh? So when he takes on flesh, it's more plausible for him to do bad deeds. That's heresy if he does a bad deed. When he's God, and he does bad deeds, and when he's sinless, he's not taking on flesh, that's not heresy. Because you guys are inconsistent with your arguments. I call this a Christianity dilemma. The Christians are inconsistent with Christ's holiness when they talk about his holiness in the Bible. I call this a Christianity dilemma. It's actually funny. No, Sam David Wood, they had the Islamic dilemma. I call this a Christianity dilemma. Christians are inconsistent when it comes to Christ's holiness. You got to define what it really means for God to be holy. And you have to look at the context. You know what I'm saying? If God is holy, he can still do bad deeds. As in the Old Testament, he murdered people, man. He killed people, yeah. He killed children and people. He wiped them out. He killed them, yeah. And there's nothing worse than murder. Murder is the worst crime you can ever commit, ever. There's nothing worse than murder, right? Yeah, God murdered people in the Old Testament. He's still a holy God. So you got to be consistent with your arguments, Christians. Yeah. Yeah, because Christians actually believe that Jesus actually never had lustful thoughts towards woman, man. I'm like, bullshit. There's no way he didn't have lustful thoughts towards women. He never did it. Never had sex with a woman. I agree with that. He never touched a woman. He was a virgin, like me. But he had lustful thoughts towards women. He definitely had boners when whores were hitting on him. There's no way he didn't. He was a human being. He was 10 out boners like we are. But he didn't do it because he's a holy man. Sarah. And that's good enough to please the Father. But you guys think if he does one bad deed, he sinned and like he can't die if this is a world. He cusses off of the Father. In the Old Testament, as God, will you not take on flesh? And he's also sinless. Don't forget that. He's murdering people left and right. And there's nothing worse than murder. Murder is worse than lying. It's worse than having sex with a woman. It's worse than lusting after a woman in your heart. There's nothing worse than murder, man. Murder is the worst sin you can possibly commit. And worshiping other gods, right? According to the Bible, right? Worshipping Satan, right? Yeah. So, Sarah? Like, you're fucking crazy. You actually think Jesus jacked off? And he had lustful thoughts towards woman. You're crazy, Ivan. So you're telling me Jesus, as a human being, whenever he saw an attractive woman and they were hitting on him, he didn't have that thought, I'd bang this chick? She's fucking hot. And him having that thought, he already lusts after that woman in his own heart. You're saying he never lusts after a woman's own heart? Are you fucking kidding me? There's no way. It's impossible. I've lusted after many women in my life, in my heart. Many women. But I don't do it. I'm so holy and good, right? Yeah. That's my point. Yeah. Oh, I work again tomorrow at Dinty's. You know, I got Thursday off and I work Friday. And the boss wants me to work Saturday because Anthony's not working. I don't want to work Saturday though, man. I hate working alone on weekends. It's fucking busy. Yeah. Yeah. The money off the book is mine. The Gates are not touching my money. That money's for me and my wife. The Gates are not touching my money. Yeah, man. Threaten all you want and try me with that. I'd rather wake up one day and have you do me. You're not touching my money. There's no way I'm gonna let you touch my money after what you did to me, man. Hiding you welcome for 40 years, causing that mess in my life. You turned my wife into a sinner. Had you not separated me and her, my wife wouldn't be the sinner. She'd be my lovely wife this day, and you turned her into this whore, man. Yes, she made a choice and chose to be stupid, but look at the woman you turned her into, man, because you separated her and you infected her, and all the dogs came after her. Now she's a fucking whore. A cheating whore, yeah. Obviously. And I find out you hid your wealth from me for 40 years. There's no way I'll let you do like that, man. I'm not what? You're not touching a dime of my book, man. Why not? The book is mine. Because the Gates have their tens of trillions in their bank. I'm not going to let you take control of my book when you have your tens of trillions in your bank. No, man. The billions of the book is mine. It's not yours. I know you're selfish and you're greedy. You're not touching a dime off my book, and I want to leave you all to myself first. I don't want to share with the world. With a garbage wife. No fucking way. My life will be destroyed, man. You guys are crazy evil, yeah. I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, if you're teaching a heretical doctrine, this is a radical view of Jesus. Yeah, everyone has their own. I believe the whole thing that church has been teaching Jesus never do. The whole thing that church has been teaching Jesus was sinless. They refer to Jesus' sinless nature as his deeds. It's talking about his nature. His nature's holy, man. As I proved to you with the demons, right? You are the Holy One of God. Are the demons calling the Holy One of God because of his deeds in his life, or are they calling the Holy One of God because they can sense his presence, his nature? They sense the presence of the Son of God. The DNA is holy and pure. The divine spirit is holy and pure from the Father. That's why they call him the Holy One of God, because they can sense his presence. It's not talking about his deeds. It's talking about the spirit senses presence, obviously. Obviously, some Sarah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it says a lamb without blemish. Oh boy, when the guy commented on my channel. Yeah, it's talking about his nature. His nature is without blemish. It's pure and holy. It's not talking about his deeds. His deeds has a part to play, obviously, but it's talking about his deeds. And that very same Jesus, I'm asking that guy who commented on my channel, that very same Jesus who you said is a lamb without blemish, oh boy, right? Like you refuted me, right? In the Old Testament, he was also without blemish, sinless God. He murdered people when he was also sinless as God, and he did not take on flesh. So you just contradict yourself, and you just got refuted. You're being inconsistent with your arguments. Yeah. In the Old Testament, he was also without blemish too. He was God. He did not take on human flesh, and he murdered people, man. And yet Christians say he didn't sin there, and that's okay. In the New Testament, when he tasted human flesh, he went through limitations and weaknesses like we went through. When he does one bad deed, it's heresy. It's hypocrisy, and I call it the Christianity dilemma. They're inconsistent with their arguments, the Christians. Samsara? I have the Christianity dilemma. Yeah, the Christianity dilemma, I call it. It's actually funny. Yeah. I mean, how much money do you think you make off a book? I don't know, $10 to $20 billion. Around there, 10, 13, 14, 15 billion, 16 billion, 20 off the book I make for me and my wife. Once I pay the fee, I make that money. I'm taking my money, I'm taking my wife, and I'm piecing out, man. You did this evil to me, and you what? You made me pay a price to my wife, you're also going to pay it to you. You're going to be left behind what I'm getting. That's how it works. I'm not going to let you guys win the game and be saved and have me make videos on my salvage channel. You're crazy. I'm not making videos for you. The Gates always tell me, I can stop watching yourself leak those videos. Yeah, you want to be like that. Well, I'm king. I'm not making videos for you, and this series will be missed. And I'm not doing that, man. The Gates going to be left behind. They're going to get what they deserve. And you all are going to get what you deserve. You're going to be left behind. I wish you guys the best. Even though I'm going to live forever with my wife, Small Halloween Beauty, you know what I'm saying? Famous movie stars. You guys are going to be left behind. You get what you deserve. But I wish you guys the best. And you guys still get to experience my glory behind the scenes, where you get to see the trends, see my movies, see my documentary, my games, all stuff. Because it's all behind the scenes, you're going to feel like shit. You're going to be left behind. But you're going to pay a price. That's how it works. You made me pay. You also pay too. That's how it works. You pay a price too. I'm not going to fucking do all that. No fucking way. I didn't do anything wrong, man. Yeah, but you guys are fucking wicked people, man. Yeah. Yeah, Ivan's not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. My wife will even tell me, Ivan, don't even think about making videos for the world. So tell me that. The world's going to pay a price. They made us pay. They're going to pay a price too, yeah. The world sent holding out for me. They turned me into this whore. I sinned against you, Ivan, and they made you pay, and I paid it. My wife paid a price too. I'm going to be having sex with all the Hollywood women and Hollywood men. It's been crazy, yeah. Yo, Ivan, you have to be a porn star. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? No, Ivan, you have to be a porn star. I don't want to be a porn star, man. I'm against being a porn star. That's demonic, man. That's in the fuck of my mind, man. Ivan, if you don't do it, you're never going to see your wife. I'm like, fuck, man. This is going to fuck me up mentally. Yeah, the world's going to make me pay, yeah. I know once I see my wife, I'm going to be scarred. Because I fuck so many women, and I'm like, my mind's a mess, man. My wife's mind's already scarred, right? She fucks so many men. Her mind's a complete mess. That's why we both see each other. We're both scarred. Because we bang so many people, man. It's crazy. That's why I'm peacing out, man. You gotta reserve. And I see her face after 40 years. I'm not just doing that, man. I'm peacing out. You gotta reserve. I'm Sarah. I'm Sarah. So when you pay the VI when we demonic, yeah. Very demonic, man. So demonic, my own stepmother's gonna want to have sex with me. I don't want to do that, but she's gonna force me. Ivan, you have to have sex with me. I'm like, you kidding me? Yeah, you have to have sex with me, Ivan. I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to do that. And the day I have to do it, I'm gonna cry. I don't want to do it, man. I cry, man. I don't want to do that, man. I mean, it's gonna fuck me up mentally. You have to do it. If you don't do it, you're never gonna see your life. She's crazy. I'm like, crying. Oh, I have to do it, man. I'm like, oh, man, it's going to fuck me up. And I end up doing it. And my father ran away, and she gets what she deserves, man. You want to have sex with me, you're going to get your off sex you go deserve. Oh, I am, so yeah. Yeah. VJ's sister or mother going to be allowed to have sex with me. That's why my wife will be freaking out when I pay the fee. Freaking out means she's going crazy. I don't know. She's taking plates, she's taking glasses, she's breaking it, she's crying. She's angry. She has rage. She's going crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And when I go to bed every night, she'll be yelling at me, Ivan, you're such a fucking asshole. How can you do this to me? You're fucking all these women. I want to fucking kill all these women, Ivan. You're going crazy. I'm like, VJ, shut up. You can't say shit. You're cheating on me as you're angry right now. Stop being a your mess happening all. You can't say shit. I'm gonna tell her that. Yeah. Because she's crazy, she's selfish. She wants her full cake. As long as Ivan doesn't save me and I see hell, I'm going to keep fucking you guys until he saves me. I don't want Ivan touching any of these chicks. Hopefully he just pays a fee and he just stays faithful for me. When you know I'm going to mess up too, Victoria. The karma's coming with you. I'm going to mess up too. There's no way I'm not going to mess up with all those Hollywood women. I will. Not as bad as you, but I will mess up. They're fucking catty women, man. All coming after me. Yeah, man. I'm now addicted to sex. I'm now a sex addict because the gates are wicked people. They turn me into a sex addict. And now it's tougher for me to stay away. I end up doing it. Well, I'm not as stupid as her, but I will mess up. Guaranteed. Mess up pretty bad, but not as bad as her. She's like, fuck you, Ivan. She'll finally feel, yeah. Man, the karma. I now feel the karma, man. Ivan's fucking all these women. Even though like, Ivan's in fables of life. And now he's paying the fee. And I know he's fucking all these women on the side. I'm a fucking hypocrite. I'm still banging all these guys in Hollywood. Yeah, as I pay the fee, my wife's still going to be banging the guys in Hollywood. She's still going to bang the guys in Hollywood. And she's a fucking hypocrite. She can't say shit. I shut her for good. She can't. Yo, Ivan, I can't say shit. You shut her for good. Yeah, I shut her for good, VJ. You can't say shit. And she knows it, yeah. It'll be very messed up when I see her mom there. Like, holy shit, this is Serene. VJ's mother. I'm like, this is fucked up, man. Yeah, I have to do that too. I'm forced to do it. I see her sister Madison lying down next to me. I'm like, man, these guys are weird. Like VJ is your daughter, Serene, and Madison. VJ is your own fucking sister, and you want to have sex with your own husband. You guys are fucking wicked people, man. But because I'm blind, they're blind. They don't care. They want to have sex with me. They're crazy people. VJ, you should share with us. Monica's like, no, I don't want to share with you. She wants me all to herself. VJ wants me all to herself. Yeah. So, Sarah? So, Sarah? Yeah. That's why my wife will be freaking out when I pay the fee. There's a reason why she made that Freak the Freak Out song. She's freaking out when I pay the fee. Yeah, my wife. Yeah, she's freaking out when I pay the fee. But she's a hypocrite, man. As she's freaking out, she's still gonna ban the guys behind my back. Because I'm not gonna do that, man. Yeah. The karma's coming her way too. She's fucking evil, man. She wants her full cake. But she's not gonna get her full cake. Even if I didn't pay the fee, I wouldn't let her get her full cake. I would get a girlfriend. Because I'm not going to do that. Ivan, you have me. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not doing that, man. You think it's okay for you to bang all these guys, but it's not okay for me to touch one chick? You got another guy, man. I'm going to get my girlfriend. And if you're pissed off, that's too bad, man. You can't be a fucking hypocrite, BJ. It's you're selfish. You want your full cake. I'm not doing that. You're not going to get your full cake. So, Sarah, I'm going to get my girlfriend, yeah. Yeah. Some Sarah? Yeah. Why is your wife stupid, Ivan? Well, because she knows I'm going to pay the fee. She's not stupid. She knows I'm going to mess up too when I pay the fee. She's not stupid. Her prayers, I don't mess up, but I will mess up. You know what I'm saying? And she knows the world's going to make her pay too. She knows I'm going to get porn, so I might as well be stupid. And the mess already happened. There's no point in being faithful. Yeah, I already fucked up in Hollywood. There's no point in me being faithful. I might as well keep banging these guys. And she knows Ivan will never know. Ivan's never going to know what happened with these men. I'm going to keep fucking them. She takes me for granted. But the karma's coming her way too, right? Yeah. The karma's coming Ouija's way too. And once I pay the fee and I got a girlfriend, she'll finally feel it. Yeah, I understand what Ivan went through now. Like, Ivan's now fucking woman now, and she'll feel it now. But she's still gonna fuck the guys even when I pay the fee. And another reason why she fucks guys because she's hell. Because every night when she dreams, I run away all the time and I black out the screen. That pisses her off so much. That's why she's stupid. Yeah, Ivan runs away every night. I see hell. I'm gonna keep fucking all those guys. He pisses me off. He keeps running away. Well, it's your fault. You fucking sold out. It's not my fault, man. And that's why she's stupid. She keeps fucking the guys because she sees hell. It pisses her off that she used to see the light and now she sees hell and I run away all the time. That's why she's crazy every night when she cries. She cries nonstop for like 7 hours. She's a crazy woman. I ignore her. But she's a crazy psychotic woman. As you're crying your crazy psychotic tears to me saying you love me, you're going to keep texting the guys and banging them after that. That's why I can't take you seriously, Vici. I'm sorry. There's a reason why I ignore you every night. It pisses her off. That's why she gets angry and she's like, fuck you. Because I ignore her when she cries. But she's a crazy woman. Yeah. She's a crazy woman, Sarah. Yeah. So once you get a girlfriend, she'll understand. Yeah, she'll understand. Even though it pisses me off, Ivan's now touching this woman. I can't say shit. I'm going to keep cheating on him. Yeah, you're going to keep cheating on me. You can't say shit. I shut you up for good, man. You know, I even shut you up for good. Yeah, I shut you up for good. You can't say shit. If you give me hell, I'm going to give you a piece of your own medicine when I sleep, man. I'm going to tell you, shut the fuck up. You're not worthy to angry at me. Because you're a cheating whore. There you go. And you sinned against your husband badly, man. You compare my life to yours, it's an embarrassment. There's a reason why when Vici does interviews in Hollywood, she acts innocent, but she's not innocent. I'm not kidding around. You see her interviews in Hollywood, she looks like a sweet, innocent girl when she talks. You know what I'm saying? And behind the scenes, she's fucking a bunch of guys behind my back, man. She's fucking evil, man. Yeah, man. Whereas Ivan, you see his videos, he you know what I'm saying? I also look innocent and everything, but behind the scenes, I'm not doing anything. I work, I get my beer and smokes, I watch YouTube, I watch stuff on YouTube. I don't go around banging women. I'm a holy good man. Some Sarah? Yeah. I'm going to show you Joseph King of Dreams again. You know how Joseph was shocked by Egypt's well? Yeah, me and my wife are going to be shocked by the gatekeepers. Where we're like, when I pay the fee, I'm like, Like, holy shit, I got played, but I'm shocked, man. Yeah. I'm shocked. Yeah. See how Joseph was shocked? The Gates are multi-trillionaires, guys. Like, my family are probably worth, like, they're 20 plus trillion, 20, 30, 40, 50 trillion bucks. They're fucking rich, man. And that's why when I find out how rich I am, I'm completely shocked. You're this rich and you have me working dishwashing? Fuck, you're evil, man. Yeah, these guys are evil people. And that's why God gave me the fucking keys. That way I can make my billions, man. And be king with my wife, right? Yeah, it's fucking cold in here, man.
Wake up.
See how shocked he is? Look at that. That's how shocked I'm gonna be, man, by the Gates wealth, yeah.
Behold the glory, behold the wonder. What we have made shall not be torn asunder. Such vast achievement, stone and papyrus.
He's shocked. Show it again. He's shocked, yeah. By the Gates wealth, right? I'll be shocked by the Gates wealth, yeah. Yeah, you see his face? I'll be shocked. Yeah, man. I'll be shocked by the Gates wealth, man. And so I'm gonna have that flash of my life. Holy shit! This whole time I lived in that apartment, and you're this rich, and you had me work dishwashing. Fuck, these guys are evil, man. Yeah, man. That's why once I pay the fee, I'm piecing the fuck out, man. And the Gates are left out of my life too, right? They're left behind. They're not saved. You don't want me to be part of your rich life. You're also not gonna be part of my rich life when I'm king. You're left behind. You're not saved. You're reserved. There you go. Don't even say yeah. So you have that feeling like shit, yeah. I feel like shit. Yeah, man. I feel like shit, yeah, when I pay the fee. I feel like I got played. My whole life, they finally revealed to me the gatekeepers. My whole life, you had me work dishwashing minimum wage when you could have, and you have all this money. You don't want me part of the rich life. Fuck, these guys are evil, man. Yeah, they're evil fucking people. Yeah, man. I was supposed to live the rich life with my wife with the Gates, but the Gates betrayed me. They locked the doors on me and hid their wealth. To hopefully dupe me, but I figured everything out was God protect me, man. Yeah, man. So if you set everything up whereby you peace out with your wife, yeah, if the Gates want to lock doors on me, they have to hide the wealth. Otherwise, if I know that they're rich, then why am I poor? You can't keep me poor if I know you're rich, right? If I know you're a multi-trillionaire, why am I working dishwashing? So they have to hide the wealth. Hopefully, okay, if we lock doors or not, we have to hide our wealth. That way he doesn't know who we are, and hopefully we dupe him, and he either works dishwashing for the rest of his life, or we dupe him into selling, and then he gets a garbage wife he shares in the world. But I figured everything out, man. God protected me, man. My father protected me, yeah, since I was born. You knocked me out of that walk. I still found out I was God. I still found out I had a wife. I found out about the whole game. You can't do God here, man. I wrote months before I came here. God protected me, yeah. Sincere. My father protected me since I was born. Yeah, man. Sincere. Yeah. That's why the Gates are pissed off. Yeah, I haven't figured out the whole puzzle piece of the game. He knows he's God now. He knows he has the keys. He knows he has a wife. He knows we Sarah He knows about the mass. He knows we're gonna trap him with sharing your death. He knows everything about the game. Yes, man. I know you all are gonna trap him with sharing your death. I'm choosing death. I'm not doing that. No fucking way. You're fucking wicked people, man. Wicked people, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Some Sarah. So when you pay the fee, you'll be stressed. Yeah, I will, because I know I'm gonna die. But at the same time, I'm gonna be a big psych, because I know once I get over, I get to be king. But I'm scared to be king with my wife, because I know being with her comes at a price, man. I know, like, oh, once I pay this fee, I know the price I pay is gonna hit me, man. I fuck so many women, and now when I'm with my wife, I'm like, holy shit, the woman made me pay a fucking price. Yeah, I feel it when I see her, because I bang so many women, man. You guys are wicked people, yeah. And my wife feels the price too, because she bangs so many men. So many people were in there with us. That's why we both pay a price. That's why I'm peacing out. Why don't you do that, man? You go, you deserve. There you go. I wish you guys the best. I'm a good person. Even though I'm fucked up in the head and I have mental issues, I have schizophrenia, psychosis. Obviously, I can think antipsychotic thoughts, that kind of stuff. Even though I'm fucked up in the head, I'm a good man, and I wish you guys the best. I'm not evil like you guys. Some there. I'm a good holy man. I'm a good holy man. Yeah. So the gates are reprobate. Yeah, they're reprobate. Even when they lock the doors on me, they yell at me for being a failure in life. That's how wicked they are, man. Yeah, man. They're fucking wicked people, man. Yeah. And that's why now when they yell at me, I just ignore them. Because I know if I yell back at them, it can lead to a huge argument. I don't waste my time. I ignore them, and I'm like, I wash my hands of the reprobate people. Even when they lock the door with me, they tell me to do something good in my life. The reprobate people. I wrote my book. I have the keys. I'm going to get it proofread and copy. I'm going to get it proofread this year. Design my cover. And when they sell the house, if they sell the house maybe 3-4 years, I'm going to let them know, hey, man, I want to get my book self-published. I know you're the gatekeeper. I know you lock the doors on me. I want to get it self-published. I can forget about that, but I'm like, no, man. You lock the doors on me, man. I want to get this self-published, man. You know if you kick me out of the house, I'm going to be homeless. I'm not just doing that. You lock all doors on me. That's what? I want to get this self-published. I can't make a living off minimum wage. I'm gonna beg them, guys. Like seriously, man. I can't make a living wage working minimum wage, man. I need money, but they know because I have the keys, and my book is an amazing book. Obviously, they know who will buy it. They know I'm gonna make my billions. They don't want me being king with my wife. That's why they're like, fuck, man. Ivan did it. Like we lock all doors. But he wrote his amazing book. He has the keys. He'll make his easy billions off this. He can control somebody. He doesn't have to sell to us. Fuck, man. And they're all pissed off because they know if I don't sell to them, I get to be king. And my wife could with me. Yeah, they know that. Because I have the keys to the kingdom. God made it easy for me. Alright, you have the gates, lock all doors. All you gotta do is write your own book. And you have the keys, you'll make your easy billions off it. God made it easy for me. Yeah, He gave me the keys to the kingdom. Even though I hate these keys and I trip and I have psychotic thoughts and all stuff, God gave me the keys so I can open my own door and I don't sell the gates. I can open my door easily. I help along move the whole world knows in like 30 seconds. The whole world knows. It's a viral thing around the world. You guys all line up with your credit cards, your debit cards, and you buy my book. I get that first check after like 30 days. When I get that check, I cry, man. I know what hell I want to do just to make that money, man. I get, I don't know, my $14 billion, $15 billion check. And now I have enough money to live a life with my wife and start our phones together. Yeah. Some Sarah. Yeah. Start Sky's Entertainment, pay all the Hollywood actors for millions. A lot of money, man. me and my wife. Some Sarah. I wish you guys the best. Even though you guys are wicked evil, you is evil to me, I wish you the best. Because I'm a good man. I'm not evil like you guys. I'm sorry. I'm a bit fucked up in the head, obviously, but I'm a good, holy man. I'm not evil like you guys. So, Sarah? So, Sarah? So, Sarah? Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, guys, here's where I talk for now in 22 minutes. That's good enough. I hope you guys enjoy this show. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after Denny's again. This is Iron. I'm signing off. Peace, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the show I made for you. Peace out, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this show. Don't hate him, son. Peace.